Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State.
Alright Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Bleacher Report's trade packages for the Detroit Pistons. Now, before we get into that, please make sure you guys like this video as always. Today's like goal is 100 likes. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm trying to get to 5K subs really soon, so if you're a Pistons fan, please subscribe to this channel. I drop a lot of consistent Pistons content here. Now let's talk about Bleacher Report, man. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of them. Obviously, if you guys have watched my previous videos when I spoke about Bleacher Report, not really the biggest fan because they do a lot of clickbaiting. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when you use a little piece of information and exaggerate it to the highest extent to make people click on whatever you want them to click on. In Bleacher Report, they do that often. Let's say, for example, Ben Simmons, Jerami Grant trade, right? A Bleacher Report article will come out and be like, oh, the Ben Simmons, Jerami Grant deal is happening now. And then you'll read the article, and then it's just going to be a guy giving his opinion on whether or not it would be a good idea for both teams. Not any real reports, not any verified guys ever really mentioned there. So I'm not really the biggest fan of Bleacher Report because they don't really have much integrity. If you ask me, I think that they do a lot of clickbaiting. But this is actually sent to me by one of you guys via email, and the guy who sent this to me really wanted me to do this so badly. He wanted to see my reactions for this, so I decided to make the video. And I actually haven't seen this yet, so you guys are going to see my full-time reaction. And trust and believe, I am expecting my eyes to bleed in a few seconds from now. So let's get into this, man. Put the image on the screen. It says the Pistons, we give up Grant for Duncan Robinson, Max, what's his name, Strus, I think that's how it's pronounced, Strus, and Yurtsev. Okay, so there are so many problems with that trade package right there. First and foremost, Yurtsev, he's a borderline bench guy in the NBA. He's not anyone long-term who will have major success on your team. So he's basically a nothing player in this deal. No value at all there. And then you have Max, who's just a pure shooter. Doesn't really give you much outside of that. Not much defense, not much playmaking. Just a pure shooter for the most part. So he's virtually nothing, honestly, in this deal. Especially when you look at the guys that we already have on this roster. Frank Jackson, Hamidou Diallo, even Josh Jackson. I take all of those guys before I take Max. And then lastly, Duncan Robinson, I guess that's a fair one. He is a decent role player at times, but his value is nowhere near the level of Jerami Grant. So that first trade is absolutely terrible. Now put the next image on the screen. It says the Pistons get Mo Bamba and we give up Hamidou Diallo and a 2022 second rounder via Brooklyn and a 2024 second rounder via the Sacramento Kings. So with this one, honestly, I would say, first off, think about the Magic's perspective. I remember when the asking price for Mo Bamba came out, and the Magic said that they want at least a first round pick, and those 2 seconds aren't going to cut it. And then Diallo, is he a value of a first round pick? Maybe to some teams, but we don't know what the worth of Diallo is towards the Orlando Magic. So with that one, I don't necessarily know if they would accept that, especially since their team is really heavy when it comes to point guards and shooting guards on their roster. A lot of young talent at those positions over there. And then the last one, this is actually a good one, and this one is actually kind of realistic. So put the image on the screen. It says the Pistons give up Josh Jackson and Trey Lyles for Marvin Bagley. So thank you, Bleacher Report. This is actually one that I could see happening in a possible scenario because Marvin hasn't really proven much in the NBA. He doesn't want to be on the Kings. The Kings obviously have been trying to get him out of there for a while now, but they haven't made a move. And it could happen this deadline. And if they're similar to the Denver Nuggets, how the Nuggets just wanted to get Bol Bol off the roster, I could easily see the Kings just trying to ship out Marvin Bagley and get someone like Trey Lyles or Josh Jackson, maybe a second round pick. And as the Pistons, I do believe that they should massively consider a type of deal if that was on the table. But that's basically everything, man. So Pistons fans, let me know what you think about all of these trades. I would say by far the worst one is the first one with Jerami Grant for Duncan Robinson, Max, and then Yurtsev. That was a terrible one. Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts about all of those trade packages by Bleacher Report in the comment section below. So like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.